Well, my name is Dr. Josh Herrington. I am a psychologist. I'm an instructor at Mount Hood Community College full-time. I also have an active research program at Reed College, where I'm an affiliate scientist. And my research interest is in how an organism develops over time, specifically how prenatal stress and early life stress can affect behavior and physiology across the lifespan. So if you were to put a label on me, I would be a developmental psychobiologist, because I'm interested in behavior and biology and the intersection of those two big, broad things. One of the earliest influences that I had as it relates to psychology is that my mom is a psychologist. She's a clinical social worker, and she always kind of influenced me. I thought it was really cool what she did. She really helped people with their minds and with their behaviors. But it wasn't until I got to college, I went to Virginia Tech as an undergrad, and they had a really great psychology program. I became really interested just by taking classes. So I guess a similar story to a lot of students at Mount Hood. They come to a class, they get really into the material. Some of the students that I've had go on to graduate school, and I've written dozens of letters of recommendation for students that start off just having an interest in learning about the subjects, and they turn it into a career. What really fascinates me about psychology is the biological aspect of psychology. I'm, like I said, a biopsychologist. So for me, at first, it was the stress response, more specifically how the endocrine system plays into our thoughts and our emotions. It's really fascinating stuff. We've learned a lot over the past 20 years. And I guess what got me into it was I not only took these classes and got interested in the subject matter, but I also engaged with research really early on. So my sophomore year, I joined the lab of Dr. Angela Scarpa and another lab, Dr. Tom Olendick at Virginia Tech. They're both developmental psychologists looking at very different things, but basically what I ended up doing is tagging along with graduate students, and they would let me help collect their data. So I would go with one of my advisors at the time in the lab was a graduate student named Dr. Sarah Kyra Hayden. She was really interested in at-risk youth and measuring what are called biomarkers, which are essentially anything you can measure in a body that could tell you how a person's thinking or feeling. And as part of my job, I at the time, I would go around and help them collect saliva samples. And these saliva samples would have cortisol in them. And I would collect the samples. I would run the saliva down and do analysis on the saliva to figure out how much cortisol is in the saliva. And essentially what that tells us, the more cortisol somebody has, the more stressed they are. So the research question was, do children who express a lot of at-risk behaviors, lots of aggression, for example, do they have different levels of cortisol than children that don't? And the answer to the question was yes. If you're labeled as at risk, if you're in a home for at-risk teens, which is where we're collecting a lot of our data, then you had high levels of cortisol, which means you were probably stressed a lot of the time. So that really got me into research, where psychology majors are not getting the chance to participate in research like I did. So at MHCC, it's a 2-year institution, but as a very early on in my career as a sophomore, I was able to engage in research, which really propelled me into the career that I have now. And I want to give that to the students at MHCC. And I thought that the Psychology Club would be a good catalyst for that. It would be a place where students could gather and connect with each other to talk about what their career goals are, to talk more in depth about psychology and what they're learning in class. But ultimately, what I envision for the Psychology Club is a group of core individuals that could help maintain a learning lab on campus, which is what I'm trying to get. Ultimately, my 5-year plan is to make this be a reality. So at the moment, do have an active research program. As part of the club, the students could help with data management. They could learn how data is collected and data is analyzed. So essentially, on a weekly basis, we could meet with a topic. Like this week, we're going to learn how to run a t-test in Excel or SPSS or R, the statistical packages. And it's just going above and beyond what you normally get out of a classroom at Mount Hood, because there's no lab classes for psychologists. I just want to collect a group of individuals who are really interested in psychology, and that's really what the Psychology Club is going to be at first. Can students come seeking advice, talk about their problems? So, okay, great question. The Psych Club is not free counseling. We have that on campus. There are certified counselors that do this. I am not a counselor. My background is in research, so I know a lot about counseling and theoretically how it works, but I'm not a practitioner. So in a sense, you can come for support. There's going to be people there, students like yourself, who are going to be interested in psychology, who may want to talk things out about the classes that they're taking, and want to connect on a personal level. But as far as like therapy sessions, that's not what the Mount Hood Psychology Club would be about. Overall, the purpose of the Psych Club is to generate interest in psychology beyond what you can learn in the classroom and engage students with experiences that can, deepen their understanding of psychology and also help them with their future careers in psychology if that's what they're wanting to do. I'm really interested in connecting students with both on-campus and off-campus resources to help them kind of navigate their career if psychology is something that they want to do. And I think the Psych Club is a nice nexus to make that happen. What excites me about the presence of the Psych Club on MHCC campus is that it was here before, and I think students really liked it, but it went away when the advisor for the Psych Club left the institution. So I just want to bring it back and get people excited about psychology. It's a really interesting topic, and there's only so much time in a classroom that allows you to really engage with the material hands-on. So the Psych Club gives you that hands-on experience that I think a lot of students are lacking at MHCC right now. And it's just the first step to, again, ultimately creating a learning lab and something where students can augment their classes and actually earn credits in a lab, which is something that MHCC doesn't offer right now. I want to say that anybody who's interested can join the Psych Club, whether you're a major or not, and there are benefits for people that are both majors and non-majors. For majors, I want to say that it's an opportunity for you to really focus on your career with like-minded people and have unfettered access to me, who's got a lot of experience in the field and a lot of different career options in psychology, some of which you may have never heard of or never even known existed. So I'm really excited to bring that opportunity to students. And also for non-majors, it's a really great opportunity to meet professionals in the field, to engage with them personally and bring in speakers. So I think enrichment is the name of the game, and I'm really excited about bringing that enrichment in psychology to campus. You can find more info by contacting me at josh.herrington@mhcc.edu. We're going to start up a website soon for the Psych Club. Probably starts like a social media site like Facebook. If you send me your email to that email I just said, josh.herrington@mhcc.edu, I can email you, or I can take your email and file, put it out in a listserv that we have, so you can get updates as the Psychology Club plans events until we get like a Facebook page or a website. You can contact me, like I said, I'm the Psych Club advisor at josh.herrington@mhcc.edu. And for now, meetings are suspended because, we don't have on-campus accessibility right now. The campus is closed due to the virus. But in the future, the meetings will be monthly. They'll be on campus in the social science department. And right now, I'm trying to gauge interest in students doing a monthly Zoom meeting for the Psych Club. Also, on that note, we're still looking for officers right now for the club, since Emily Cortez, our current president, will be leaving the institution for bigger and better things. She's continuing on to complete her 4-year degree. So we're still looking for a president, vice president, and treasurer for the club. So if you're interested, again, let me know at josh.herrington@mhcc.edu.